After reading the word economics, every reader took a step back from the aisle and walked away. However, when you have to read for the sake of a subject you took in university, then there is no escape from this wretchedly dry subject. Before you consider pulling yourself out of that class, let me share a few economics books with you that are interesting enough to read in a single go. When it comes to economics, there are countless books available online and in the local library, which confuses the readers on which books are truly worth the time and money. No doubt this subject has too many books dedicated to it, but you do not have to go through the entire section at the library to get the hang of the subject. There are a couple of books that provide the best learning material without boring the reader to sleep. So today we are going to discuss the 10 best economics books that are not thick and heavy, but concise and interesting enough to read. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Links to the books are given in the description below. Number 10. The Worldly Philosophers by Robert L. Heilbroner. Apart from being a renowned American economist, Robert L. Heilbroner also wrote quite a few books, most of them in the category of his specialty in economics. His world-famous work is the book that we are sharing with you in this video. The Worldly Philosopher is an amazing book and a must-read for every student or enthusiast of economics. This book provides a detailed look at the history, as well as the current position of the financial economy of the world. The author has gone into detail about discussing the economic systems, as well as the social systems that existed in human history, and how the systems, especially the economic ones, evolved over the years. The author has also shared the lives, as well as the works of the best 8 economists. The detailed insight of the author makes this book highly informative, hence, a perfect book for those who want to learn about the subject without reading a dozen different books. Number 9. Misbehaving by Richard H. Taylor. The winner of the 2017 Nobel Prize in Economics, Richard H. Taylor, taught the subject at the University of Chicago. Moreover, he is also the director as well as the co-director of a few economics-related projects and research centers. Along with this, he has written journals and books in the field, one of which we have selected for you. The main focus of his book, Misbehaving, is behavioral economics. The author of the book discusses the development and the shaping of behavioral economics, as well as talks about his own contribution to it. This book contradicts the older notions and beliefs of economists about human rationality when it came to major decisions. It proposes that human misbehavior greatly affects the rational decision-making capability. Moreover, the author has also shared his own point of view on how it is possible for humans to put their biases aside while making a decision. The author has discussed how behavioral economics can shape and mold the economics of the country or the government. Number 8. The Undercover Economist by Tim Harford. Along with running his own page, Dear Economist, Tim Harford is also a proud member of the editorial board of Financial Times. He also published his own work in the Financial Times that we have brought to you in this video. The Undercover Economist is a remarkable read that explains how economics shapes and defines the lives of individuals. The author has shared how every aspect of a human's life is linked to the economy, from the food they eat and what they wear to the climatic condition of their area. It all boils down to one word, an economy. The book shares the basic economic principles behind these things. Tim Harford has turned the boring subject of economics into something very interesting by linking it to the daily activities of humans, explaining what role the economy plays in our lives and how it is affecting a person's position on the social ladder. Number 7. Capital in the 21st Century by Thomas Piketty. From teaching at the Paris School of Economics to being the director of studies, Thomas Piketty has dedicated many years of his life to the subject of economics and income inequality, to be more specific. His book Capital in the 21st Century is a best-selling book that is loved by economics students worldwide. This book was originally written and published in the author's native language, French, but it has been translated into English, among many other languages. The primal focus of this book is on the specialty of the author, wealth and income inequality. Thomas has discussed his research on uncovering the social patterns regarding income inequality in Europe and the United States. For his research, he collected data as far back as the 18th century till the 21st century. He has discussed how income inequality has not reached the disastrous scale that Karl Marx predicted, and this only happened due to modern economic growth. He has also discussed the role political actions play in all of this. Rather than boring readers with hundreds of numbers, the author has taken an interesting approach to sharing his data and knowledge with them. Number 6. Why Nations Fail by Darren A. Smoglu, James A. Robinson. Along with working as a professor at the prestigious Institute of MIT, Darren A. Smoglu has also made a name for himself after he published his famous book, Why Nations Fail. He was also awarded the Best Economist Under 40, and his best-selling book was co-authored by James A. Robinson, who is a brilliant British economist. James is also working as a professor at the University of Chicago. Why Nations Fail is a very interesting book that catches the reader's attention with just its catchy title. This book provides a detailed answer to the million-dollar question of why some nations are bankrupt and poor while others are thriving and wealthy. The authors have shared what factors play into this division of nations. They have explained how politics and economical institutions play a major role in the economic condition of a country. The authors have also given examples of different countries from around the globe, some on the poor side of the scale suffering from famines, while others on the rich side of the scale. As written by two great economists, this book is highly informative and provides eye-opening facts. Number 5. The Black Swan by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. After giving 21 years of his life to trading, Nassim Nicholas Taleb dedicated the rest of his life to philosophy and mathematics. Apart from trading, he has also written many essays, journals, and books on various subjects, from statistical physics to economics. His most prominent work is the published book that we will be discussing today. The Black Swan is a remarkable book, ideal for enthusiasts of economics. This book is the second book in the 5-book series called Incerto. The main focus of this book is over uncertainty, and the author has done that by taking the example of black swans, meaning a very uncertain and borderline impossible scenario happening. He has discussed how extremely uncertain events have happened in history and how they altered and affected societies. Nassim has also taken examples of major historical events and explained how they were also black swan events. For instance, the 2 world wars and fall of the Berlin Wall, and even the 9/11 incident and the global pandemic of COVID-19 were all black swans. The fascinating ideas of the book, combined with the author's captivating tone of writing, make it a very interesting read. Number 4. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. One of the greatest economists of the 20th century, Benjamin Graham was also a professional investor. He also pursued a career of teaching at the Columbia Business School and wrote many books in the genres of economics and investing. His books have been translated into many languages. The Intelligent Investor is a great book that is a collection of all the knowledge of Benjamin Graham. This book is also known as the Stock Market Bible, as it is mostly based on the author's famous philosophy of value investing. In this book, Graham has explained his logic behind investing and how people can make more investments while minimizing their risks. Instead of short-term investments, this book pushes readers to focus and learn more about decisions based on longer-term ones. Instead of following the speculations and predictions of the experts, the author always followed the direction his research pointed at, and that is what he has encouraged in this book. Number 3. The Big Short, Inside the Doomsday Machine by Michael Lewis. Being a financial journalist, the words of Michael Lewis are very reliable when it comes to economics and finance. He has worked as the editor of Vanity Fair for longer than a decade and has published many books, mostly based on finance, business, and economics. The Big Short, Inside the Doomsday Machine is a New York Times best-selling book. This book is dedicated to one of the greatest crises of American history, the 2008 financial crisis. The book begins with the author discovering the flaws of the bond market. He discusses how major investors found out about the subprime mortgage market flaws, and how the bond market became the lead cause of the 2008 financial crisis. From there, the author talks about those people who saw the crash coming and never spoke about it. The author has completed the book by discussing the aftermath of the financial crisis and how it affected the banks and the government. Number 2. Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Winner of the 2002 Nobel Memorial Prize in Economics, this Israeli American author has done notable work in the fields of psychology and economics. Daniel Kahneman is also the proud author of many books. Thinking, Fast and Slow is an interesting book that will not bore you with figures and numbers. Instead, the author has taken a unique approach to behavioral economics. He has divided the thought process of humans into 2 systems. The first system is fast and emotional, while the second system is more logical and slower. He then shared how the 2 systems affect our decision-making abilities, along with even the judgment of every person. He has given the example of different scenarios and problems, and how the rift between the 2 systems can lead to more problems. The author does also explain how a person can have better behavioral economics and better decision-making skills by simply learning how to make the two systems work together. Even though it is written in the light of psychology, this is one of the best economics books you will get your hands on. Number 1. Freakonomics by Stephen D. Levitt and Stephen J. Dubner. From winning medals and teaching at the University of Chicago to being the director of Becker's Center at Chicago University, the name of Stephen D. Levitt is linked to many remarkable things. He is a famous economist who wrote the world-famous book Freakonomics with Stephen J. Dubner, who is an American journalist as well as the host of Freakonomics Radio. Freakonomics completely changes the way the modern world is viewed by an average person. Instead of focusing on figures and stats, this book takes the interesting approach of associating economics with day-to-day tasks and activities. This book shares how the decision-making skills of an average person get clouded and why they make irrational decisions. This book also discourages readers from relying on conventional wisdom and helps them understand how to make rational decisions that are not clouded by incentives. The authors have also shared how in the center of every action and activity lies economics and how it affects our modern world. Written in the classic humorous tone of Stephen, this book turns the dry topic of economics into something fascinating. With Freakonomics, I conclude my list of the 10 best economics books. In the genre of economics, these are all the best books that are interesting enough to finish yet, also very informative. I hope the books I shared with you in this video were insightful and helped you. If you do not know which book to start from, then I suggest you grab The Worldly Philosophers and then work down the list from there. If the video helped you find the next book you are going to read, then like and share this video. Let me know in comment section on what type of books I should cover in my next video. Also, if you read one of the book mentioned in this video, share your review or thoughts with us. Subscribe this channel for more such awesome videos. Thanks for watching.